If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his own language, that goes to his heart. Language is a structured system of communication. The structure of a language is its grammar, and the free components are its vocabulary. Languages are the primary means by which humans communicate and may be conveyed through a variety of methods, including spoken, sign, and written language. But sadly, as much as language can unite people, linguistic chauvinism is capable of inflicting irrevocable damage to the social fabric of society. Linguistic chauvinism is a term applied to the concept of preference for one language over another. Fundamentally, it has a negative connotation associated with superiority, but on a broader level, the chauvinism toward one language over another is equally applicable to multilingual circumstances in which that spoken by the majority would be deemed the official language, such as in India. Language has been a defining factor in setting the tone of Indian politics. In early 19th century, continuing with their divide and rule policy, British divided the most widely spoken language, Hindustani, into two, Urdu and Hindi. Past attempts by India to impose linguistic uniformity has stirred regional passions and destabilized several states. In British India, English was the sole language used for administrative purposes as well as for higher educational purposes. When India became independent in 1947, the Indian legislators had the challenge of choosing a language for official communication as well as for communication between different linguistic regions across India. The choices available were making Hindi, which a plurality of the people identified as the native language, the official language, making English as preferred by non-Hindi speakers, particularly Kannadigas and Tamils, and those from Mizoram and Nagaland, the official language, declare both Hindi and English as official languages, and each state is given freedom to choose the official language of the state. The Indian Constitution in 1950 declared Hindi in Devanagari script to be the official language of the Union. The use of English for official purposes was to cease 15 years after the Constitution came into effect, that is, on 26 January 1965. The prospect of the changeover, however, led to much alarm in the non-Hindi speaking areas of India, especially in South India whose native tongues are not related to Hindi. In the 1960s, when New Delhi tried to impose Hindi as the sole official language of the Indian Union, non-Hindi speaking areas vehemently opposed this. Anti-Hindi sentiment was particularly strong in the southern state of Tamil Nadu, where Tamil is spoken. Protests against the imposition of Hindi led to the loss of over 50 lives in Tamil Nadu as a result of the Indian government's attempt to mandate that all communication between state governments and the central government be in Hindi. The situation was diffused when the Indian government relented and allowed the indefinite use of English as well as Hindi as official languages of the central government even after 1965. Even though India has 22 official languages, there can be seen traces of linguistic chauvinism among the two languages spoken by the majority of the people, Hindi and English. 43% of the population declared Hindi as its mother tongue, and 14% of the population reported Hindi as their second language, according to the 2011 census. So, 57% of the population, that is the majority, knows Hindi either as mother tongue or as their second language. Yet, the Indian government continues promoting the Hindi language as the Article 351 of the Constitution of India states that it is the duty of the Union to encourage the spread of the Hindi language to make it lingua franca in India without interfering with its style and expressions. One might say this is due to the increasing inclination towards English, which has not even originated in India. Probably because it makes us look educated, a way to make us seem superior to the people who are not fluent in English. But on the other hand, imposition of Hindi by the Indian government on non-Hindi speaking states, especially that of South India, has led to anti-Hindi agitations in states like Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The prioritization of Hindi in non-Hindi speaking states has led to discrimination towards people who do not know Hindi. The language of a region represents the culture and history of its people, a symbol of unity and connection which cannot be replaced by Hindi or any other language. So, to sum up, does linguistic chauvinism exist in India in the present? It certainly does, but perhaps that's not such a bad thing. Resisting the imposition of a language, Hindi, doesn't make someone an anti-nationalist because there is no concept of a national language in Indian constitution and languages are tools for communication and not tools for division. After decades of resistance against Hindi, even Hindi speakers realized the futility of this linguistic chauvinism and understood the importance of English as the language of opportunity in a globalized world. Conversely, some of the South Indian aversion towards Hindi has lessened. Some people may like it or not. Hindi and English are two of the most spoken languages in India. Without either Hindi or English, communication among the people from different states will become impossible. Therefore, maybe it is hard for some of us to encourage the use of English or even Hindi, but we cannot ignore the universal and national acceptance of English and Hindi respectively. Thank you.